ready for the all sassy, comical, abruptness you can't handle the truth conversations about LGBT issues, pop culture, reality TV, current events, and, well, anything else they want to talk about. Now, here are your hosts, Kim Style and K-Town.
Because you can't handle it, baby. You can't handle the truth. It's Kim Style and my super sexy husband over there.
K-Town.
Welcome back to Same Sex Dialogue.
Yeah, so glad to be here. I can't wait to tell on Kim today.
What'd I do?
Don't play with me.
Don't believe her. I plead the fifth.
I cannot wait to tell on you, actually, honey.
What?
Can't wait to tell on you.
About the shirt that I made you wear last night?
Oh, gosh. Yes, I wore it. I'm going to tell people about... Well, we already said it in another episode, but there's a shirt that Kim has picked out for me. It says, "My wife said no." And my first time wearing it was yesterday.
To a cookout, to our friend's house.
Yeah, but first I wore it into Kroger.
Oh, what was everyone's reaction? Did they read it? You big, muscular, studly, manly boss.
Going in there.
Walked up into Kroger wearing a shirt that says, "My wife said no."
My wife said no.
I can't have that candy bar. Seriously? It takes a man like you to wear a shirt like that. Seriously.
I was looked at for sure.
That's funny.
And I went in and I picked out the groceries and I did it rather quickly. And I got home. But the fun part was when I wore it over to a friend of ours had a little small like cookout. And we're very honored and happy to be there.
And had a great time.
Oh, we had a ball.
We can't wait. Let's talk. We need to talk about that. We need to talk.
We had a ball.
Yeah.
We had a ball.
First of all, you're wearing that shirt, and then about your pool game.
Well, I wanted to get everybody's genuine reaction. I was like, well, their opinion about the shirt. You know what I mean?
You should post a picture of you wearing it. Because I'm on the only person on the planet you would even listen to. You're going to do what you want to do regardless, unless I say no. So sometimes someone has to put their foot down, and it has to be me.
I know. Well, you know what I said? I said, everybody, please tell me, does this shirt make me look whipped? And they said, hell yeah.
Everybody went, yes, it makes you look whipped. But you know what? Every wifey there wanted their husband to have one.
I know.
They're just mad because I thought of it first.
I know. It was funny. I wore it. It was hilarious to get everybody's reaction out of that. So, yesterday we had a great time. We played pool.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what happened. You played pool. I did not play pool.
I played pool, but you helped me win. Yeah. Kim laid her.
Wait. You were down to the last ball. Yeah, I was down to the last ball. Which was the black ball, right? Yes. The 8 ball.
The 8 ball's down.
And I was just trying to help.
Is that what you call it, trying to help?
I was just trying to help you, baby.
You did. And you laid my
cleavage right down on the hole
on the pocket
that you were pointing to.
You laid your cleavage on top of the pocket.
Okay, who won?
And said, "Baby, you have to get it."
Yep.
And I said, "Okay, all right." So you moved out of the way. And damn it, if I didn't get it into that fight.
You're welcome.
That wasn't an easy shot either.
You're welcome.
I had to make it cut a hard right to get in there.
My tatas are your lucky charm. You're welcome. Anytime, babe. I got you.
Oh, it was funny. That was great. We were drinking a very good tequila. I drunk more than I planned to drink.
I had to drive home.
No, you did.
I was drinking champagne.
I did. I drunk more than I planned to because I was like, I'm going to get home and I'm going to do some things and, just kind of work on some things, on a computer. But that was a no-go.
You came to bed. You were going to listen to a podcast. Next thing I know, 2 minutes later, you're snoring. And I nudged you, baby, please turn your light off. If you're not going to stay awake, turn your light off.
Did I turn it off?
Yes.
I do not remember that
You
at all.
did. I knew you were gone.
I didn't remember
when I had to drive home.
I know. Oh, speaking of the lights and stuff. Okay,
What?
in the bed. All right, so I'm at work. I call my baby and I say, hey, what are you doing?
How's your day? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You said,
I'm just redecorating a little bit.
No, you said, I got the mattresses because we've been wanting to switch out our other mattress and bring it up and put it on the bed. So she said, I got the mattress up in the room today. And I was like,
a friend helped me. I didn't do it by myself.
Right. A friend helped you. I said, okay, great. I can't. He was like, you got to see it. And I said, okay, good. So I got home, walked in the bedroom.
Then what?
Lo and behold, the entire room switched around. The entire room is switched around.
I told you I'm redecorating every room in the house.
Stop surprising me with some things, honey. You have to run by me.
Says whom?
Some things you have to run by me, honey. No.
Not when it comes to decorating and moving things around.
I don't have a say-so.
If I was buying a new house, yes, I would run that by you. But I'm not. I'm just buying all new furniture.
The whole room was turned around. Oh, wait. That wasn't the total objective. The objective was to get up this heavy dresser that you want in the bedroom. That was the surprise. And you said, oh, honey, and look, I got room for that dresser.
That's why I moved the whole bedroom around. So I can get my dresser up in there.
It's like, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I guess I'll have to do it now because you made room for it.
Get your shoulder better because you got some things to do.
All right. So now I want to tell people about our new release date. It's going to start being Fridays. Okay. Instead of Tuesdays, it just works out better for us. And I do realize we've been getting out shows late. Do apologize for it, but some things have just happened back to back and we haven't been able to maintain that type of schedule. So
because our schedule is just crazy.
Yeah.
So if we can release them on Friday, I think it's going to be a lot better.
It is a lot better. It's totally better. Every Friday, a new show will come out. Okay. So like I said before, the best place to consume our show really is our website. Go to Same Sex Dialogue, check out our website. I have it on point. You get the best audio, and it's just the best place to consume our show. So samesexdialogue.com. Yeah, so you can look at things about our guests too, extra little things that I put up there and videos that they may have been in and things like that. So also want to say thank you from the bottom of our heart to Edge Media Network for sponsoring our show. We're going to be doing some things with them. Absolutely great. And we're going to be doing some things in conjunction with them. So please stay tuned for that. It will be on our website. And also go to edgemedianetwork.com and check out that very, very hot, interesting articles they have over there. They always have the latest going on in not just gay news and things like that, but just news all around. They have available on their network, and also their digital magazine that you can download via Android, and I know they do have it for iOS as well. So excited about that.
Yeah, that's very exciting.
Yeah, it is very, very exciting. We want to thank Craig Ramsey and Brandon Liberati for being on our show. We had a ball with you guys.
The most beautiful gay couple on the globe.
Yeah. we had a good time, and we do plan to stay in touch with them, and we'll have them back on the show. Check out their Fit and Fab workout video. I know that Craig actually has that link on his website. If you go to Craig Ramsey spelled RAMSAY.com, he does have that on his website. So, okay, so let's see what's going on in the news. All right, so the news.
Oh, this must be a doozy.
Social media will get you in trouble. Social media will get you in trouble, for real.
Yeah, you better act right.
Yeah, you need to know how to act, for sure. A loan officer's racist Michelle Obama tweet lands her the most damnedest firing.
Oh, I can't wait. I have not heard this.
This is like backlash like I've never seen, and very, very quick, actually. A loan officer tweeted something racist about Michelle Obama. While it's no surprise that some racist person is talking crap on Twitter, it's an important reminder that the Black community isn't safe anywhere. Okay, this is scary when you think about this. Okay, this is Out is reporting this, actually. Who knows, due to racist worker like her, how many Black families and businesses have been refused loans and financial services that they need and or deserve. Of course, this extends to just about every corner of life. After Michelle Obama's speech at the DNC, Lisa Greenwood took it upon herself to tweet this lovely comment. Not really. Beautiful, she quoted. Seriously, she's an ugly Black bitch.
About Michelle Obama?
Yes. So Twitter people fought back on some of the tweets. You could see if you get on social media, or if you look it up, you can see what some people said. But some people tweeted, does this lady work for you? Because she's hella racist. Mm-hmm. And then somebody else tweeted, said, you can't tell me someone who holds this view on her is not abusing their powers on other minorities. Mm-hmm. And then basically somebody actually tagged the home loan place. Yeah. So that's really what got her in shit. So as you can imagine, the loan company had little choice but to, do something about it. So as you can imagine, the loan company had little choice but to say they can't condone this type of view from their employee. Okay. Their response to this was very, very nice. And it was an apology to Michelle Obama as well. So people should know. Maybe they don't know, honestly. Listen, things on Twitter now, everybody has access to it. Your job more than likely will have a Twitter account or some type of social media account. All they have to do is tag you in it. Right. All they have to do is tag your racist comment or your negative comment that reflects horribly upon that organization, and you could be without a job. Yeah. Now, if that's how she really feels, that's very concerning. Because how many people has she turned down for a loan that have had medical bills or something serious, or they just need it and deserve it, and she's told them no for whatever reason.
There seems to be a race war getting ready to start, or is already started. And everybody's like, I don't understand. Why now? Well, people aren't just now having these feelings. They just have so many platforms to put their feelings on, such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Right. And I think that this is the way so many people already think and feel. Right. But they're stupid enough to put it on social media. Yes. And that's why people think there's a race war starting now, but people are just using their platform. They don't think, so many people are going to see this. Right. But it's really sad to think that people still think like this. People still act this way and believe these things. It's and I'm white. Well, ish. I'm off-white. and I'm appalled at some of the things people think and say against, say, another race. Yes. They think they're superior. Right. And I cannot wait to have our new friend Jane Elliott on our show to set these straight.
Yes, I agree. So
that should have been a rant. No one is better than the other. I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you're from. And I don't care how much money you have or how well educated you think you are. No one is better. We're all God's children. So get over yourself.
I agree.
And
honey.
love like you want to be loved. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right. Yes, I agree, honey. I totally agree. It's unfortunate for her. Mm-hmm. And for now that her family probably has to go and she has to find another job or whatnot, just don't do it. You are entitled to your thoughts and your opinions, mm-hmm. but you can't always express those without some things coming back on you. I'll say that. Yeah. Right.
And you know what? I'm sure that Jane will talk about this when we have her on the show, but I did hear her say that people that are prejudiced have a mental illness. Have you heard her say this?
Yes, I have. Yes,
because,
I have.
And someone said, well, will you explain what you mean? And she said, when you judge someone because of a chemical in their skin, you are out of touch with reality.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's true. She said, we all have the same ancestor. And it was a little black lady.
Yeah.
And when I first met you, you told me that the first findings of a human was a black woman.
Right.
And that's what she was referring to.
Well, you told me Colin said that too. He read, he's read a book like that, but I agree. Mm-hmm. I totally agree on that. So, now also going on in the news, now this is reported by Out that a transgender performer was kicked out of a New York City gay bar for making another woman uncomfortable. Okay. Transgender performer Valentine Stefan was kicked out of Boots and Saddle Drag Lounge, a New York City gay bar, after a cisgender woman discovered her in the women's restroom on Friday night, sparking immediate backlash on social media. She told me that I shouldn't be in the women's bathroom because I don't have a P or a V or whatever. Stefan, who identifies as transgender queer and uses both female and male pronouns, told Out in a phone interview, I was just kind of stunned, shocked, and surprised that this was even happening at this place. Now, cisgender is someone who identifies as just for the gender they were born with, right? So you're born male, you identify as male.
Right.
Female identifies as a female, whatnot. But how shocking for this to happen in a gay bar.
Can I say something to cisgender girl? You're in a drag club.
Yeah, you're in a gay bar.
And you are not the transgender police. Go do your business. Let other trans people pee. And go dance your ass off and get over it. We just want to pee. Transgender people just want to pee.
That's right. So how does she know what she has and what she
right. None of your business.
She up under the stall.
I'm sure there are stalls in there. Go in there, shut the door, do your business, come out, wash your hands, check your makeup, check your hair, check your shoes for no toilet paper. Get out of there and let people do their business. Boy, I must be butter. I'm on a roll today.
You are on a roll, honey.
People get over. I'm just so frustrated with people and their craziness.
Yes, I agree. I don't understand this. I'm just...
You and I have been to clubs all our lives, all our gay lives especially. I never go in there and see who's in there and want to, get people out. I go in, I do my business, and I get out. Right, and I mind my own business.
Right. I do too. Looking at you, I know that you have a Kim query for us.
Woo! It's about time after all that.
All right, here we go. Let's hear that query.
Good. On a good note. Oh, gosh. I picked this randomly, believe it or not.
All right.
And it says, Dear Kim, where's the craziest place you've ever had sex? sex.
Every question's about sex.
This is from Micheline Baxter, Paris, France. Oh, you naughty, naughty girl. That'd be up the butt, Bob.
Wasn't the question.
I couldn't resist. That's a whole story going on with like the newlyweds.
Oh, the newlywed game?
Yeah,
okay,
that happened like years ago. It's funny.
That'd be up the butt, Bob.
Yeah, that'd be up the butt, Bob. Let's see. Where's the craziest place you and I had sex? I know.
Well, it doesn't mean us, but you, period, like
yes,
in your life.
Does. All right.
What?
I can tell you. In the parking lot at Panera Bread.
Oh, my goodness.
In broad daylight. It wasn't even dark. It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I don't even have tinted windows. So we give people a show. That day. So yes, Micheline, it was in the parking lot at Panera Bread in broad daylight. All right, that's the end of Kim Queery. Be you, be true, and be fabulous.
You are something else. All right, so for today, we have an interview with a friend that we met from Be Out. He's on the Be Out team, and his name is Andrew Michaelsen. And he's going to give us some insight on his coming out story. Okay.
And he is a sweetheart.
Yes,
and
he is.
And he's pretty, by the way. And he may be single.
I think he is single.
Andrew, I'm not trying to pimp you out or anything, baby. I promise.
He's wonderful. He's got a beautiful heart. He's a good person, which is why we have him on the show to give us some insight on his coming out story, hoping that it will help and inspire others to do the same. All right. So here we go. Interview with Andrew Michaelsen.
Little thing.
Okay, so we have Andrew Michaelsen. Hey, Andrew, it's good to have you on the show today.
Hi, Andrew.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for having me on. I feel so honored and glad that I get to talk to y'all today.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We love you too.
Listen to this cute little laugh. Andrew, you have your tweets are so funny. I do enjoy those.
Try to entertain the masses.
Well, you did a GIF one day, and she downloaded it for me, and she still laughs over
it's
that
hilarious.
GIF that you did.
The one about Wendy Williams.
Yeah, the one about Wendy Williams. How you doing?
I love me from Wendy Williams.
Oh, I do too.
She can open her mouth sometimes a little bit too far. She says it like she means it, and I always appreciate someone that can say it like they mean it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew, why don't you tell our listeners what it is you do?
Yeah, so I'm the director of operations for Be Out, which is a new LGBTQ social app that's going to be launching later this year, actually, in September. And so, like I said, I'm the director of operations. So what that entails is that are working around the app. So, whether that be meetings, or I work with Daniel and Mark and Thomas, who are the founders, and I work with our video editing people and we have a developer or a programmer who works on the code and everything, and so we're all in the same office, every Monday through Friday, and it's a crazy job with a lot of responsibility, so it keeps me very busy.
Yeah,
absolutely. I know it does.
We know a little bit about the app, and we are so excited for it to launch. Are we still thinking it's going to launch very soon? Or do you know?
Well, we're shooting for is September, about I'm guessing the middle to the end of September.
Okay,
I think is what I've heard is the last update from current update. So crossing our fingers. It's one of those things with a startup, with a new app, and you always encounter, setbacks and different things like that. But this has been 3 years, 2.5, 3 years in the making. So, it's just amazing to see how far this has all come and just the journey of it. And I feel so honored and blessed to have but a small part of it all.
Right. We really enjoy having Thomas and Mark on the show.
Yep.
They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They really are.
Daniel.
Daniel. We haven't talked to Daniel yet. I'm going to have to get Daniel on the phone. All right. So, we caught a little bit, a glimpse into your life, and your coming out video was very, very touching. So much so that Kim was in tears.
I was.
She was in tears. She was crying listening to
Facebook back in the day.
Yes.
Kim was in tears. It is so touching, and so many people are struggling with the same exact thing that you overcame. Eventually you had the courage to actually just do it.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to start off by asking you, can you tell people a little bit about your background, your upbringing, where you were born, and your family per se?
Yes. So, I was born actually in Kiev, Ukraine, and I was given up for adoption at birth. So basically, I was in an orphanage in Kiev. Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. I was in an orphanage there in Kiev for, a good part of my life. My adopted parents here in America went through a Baptist Children's Home, which is a Christian organization that does international and foreign adoptions. And my adopted mother, ended up going with another lady who was also looking to adopt in, I believe it was March 1993.
Wow.
Right.
How was it? I know that you grew up in just because you are my friend now, and I love you so much, and we've had this discussion. So I want you to tell K-Town and our listeners how it was growing up in a rural area, in a very conservative, religious family, and being gay. And at what age were you when you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are gay?
Having my upbringing, Southern Baptists were a little bit more rowdy. I don't know what. I grew up in a very conservative. I grew up in the same church for, 18. The church that I grew up in had a welcome home party for me when I came home from Ukraine. Those people in that church, and this is a church of maybe 150, 170 membership.
Mm-hmm.
It's not some huge mega church with thousands of, upon thousands of attendees. And so it was a very communal, very close-knit, everyone knew everyone. You would go to church and these people were family to you because they were an extension. You were going to church to, obviously to, worship the Lord, but then, you're with these fellow Christians, and so that, they are your family. And plus a lot of these people in that church saw me grow up from little old 3-year-old Andrew to, into my 20s.
Right.
My early 20s. And so, but it was a great upbringing. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. I'm the only adopted one. I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters. My parents have been married for 42 years this past May. I grew up in a very stable home, a very loving home. I went from being an orphan with no foreseeable positive future in a post-communist country that either you're poor or you're rich. There's no really middle class. There's no middle ground. And plus, my entry level as an orphan, into that wasn't a positive foreseeable future for me. So I went from that to coming to America and being shown so much love and given such an amazing childhood. And I was brought up in the Christian faith, and my dad was a deacon in the church, and for some time, and but it was a, you know, I have never in my existence in that life of mine that I had back home, I never felt unloved. I always called my mom and dad mom. I didn't call them step parents or, you know, they are my family. They took me in as their own, even though I was, you know, adopted, and you know, I was one of theirs.
Will you tell us how you actually came out to your parents, or did they already know? Yeah, tell us about that.
So, you know, as I grew up and I figured out, I mean, it wasn't like I said, it was in fourth grade that I had that inkling that, okay, guys, I like them, or there's something there. And then as 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, that only grew and that only intensified. And that's when I really started realizing, like, oh my goodness, like, I have a really big problem here, because I didn't attend one of those churches that was hellfire and brimstone, the preacher screaming at people from the pulpit. It wasn't one of those types of churches.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Yes. Because, and I think that, you know, some people have a idea that all super conservative Christians are like that, which is not the case. But there are types that are like that. And, but I knew that, you know, being gay, or, you know, and such, like I said, society teaches you, you know, it's not Billy and Bobby holding hands on the playground, or Billy giving Bobby a Valentine in school. It's, you know, Billy, and those are the worst names to use, but that's just
right. Yeah. Right.
Andrew, did you have a boyfriend in school at all?
Oh God, no. I had boys that I had crushes on, but oh no, I never dated anyone from grade school, middle school to high school. No.
Oh wow.
So it was basically, so I went through. I mean, once I hit, you know, I'm in middle school and then I'm into high school. You know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, I'm gay, and I was terrified because I knew that this was something that was going to damn me to hell. You know, I honestly believed everything that I was taught growing up, because that's what I was brought up in. I didn't, you know, some people maybe want to call it like I was brainwashed. I think that's an excessive term to use, but I wanted to be the good Christian boy that made his family proud of him, made his church proud of him, and made God proud of me. I mean, that's what I was taught, and that's what I wanted to do. And for so many years, for over a decade, I lived up to everyone else's expectations of myself, because I couldn't allow myself emotionally or mentally or anything. I never spoke to anyone about it while I was there in Indiana about these feelings. I couldn't, because I wasn't even able. It wasn't even about talking to someone. It was, I couldn't even accept them in myself. Right. I was so in denial.
Yeah.
Even though I knew it. I knew it was that I was gay. But
So
I think we all go through that stage as the LGBTQ.
Well, especially when you're raised in a very conservative religion. That
yes, absolutely.
You're inundated with that from such a, you know, for me, I was raised in it. And so I didn't come out until I moved away, actually, from my family. And yeah.
Oh, so you had moved away from home before you told them you were gay.
Yeah, because I moved to Memphis, Tennessee, actually, in 2012, and this would have been February 2012, so I would have been 21 at the time, and but when I moved, I mean, obviously at that point, like, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, you're gay, Andrew, but you're just going to have to live this life quietly, and you're never going to be able to, like, I told myself, I had it in my mind that I was going to take this to the grave with me, because I could not stand I just couldn't imagine disappointing and hurting so many people that loved me from, that people who I considered family, not even just my own family, but my church, I couldn't imagine disappointing and hurting so many people. And I knew that if I came out with that, that's what would happen.
So Andrew, I hate to interrupt you, but was that, the reason why you kept quiet, was it because someone like maybe at your church or your family had expressed negative thoughts about homosexuals, or what was your reason for suppressing it?
It was just everything. It was the lifestyle that I grew up in. It was, there were other things it was just in the sense that I never had anyone to talk to, because I never felt like I had someone that I could talk to who wouldn't automatically try to fix me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now you need to go into counseling and all this crazy stuff that, actually when I ended up coming out, the church, I at this point, when I came out, and then I came out very publicly, I made that Facebook video and I posted it, and I still regret this to this day. I didn't even have it in me, the courage to call my mother, because I was so, just emotionally a wreck and beside myself after that. But I texted my mother and I told her that, I'm gay, and, and that's something that I always regret, that, I didn't have the courage to call her and talk to her. But whether it was me calling her, texting her, going back home and sitting the family down and being like, let's have a family meeting, it would have been received exactly the same way. So, I don't have regrets about it. It is what it is. And, but yeah, I told them, mind you, I came out June 8th, 2012. I moved to Memphis in February. So there's, from March, April, May, June, there's 4 months that passed, and it was within those 4 months that I kind of really had an epiphany, and I realized that, oh my goodness, what am I doing living in fear of what everyone is going to think of me? And life is so short, and my life has already been such a gift to me already. I have to start making Andrew happy.
That's right.
I have to start living up to my own expectations. I have to live in my own truth. And I had spent so long not doing that. And I came into that realization within that 4-month period. And then I just was like, something switched in my head, and I was just like, okay, I need to come clean with this. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was the scariest thing I've ever done. Even though I had an idea of what the reactions would be, it was still. And
Andrew, the older you get, the more you'll know. It just doesn't matter what people think. Even though I know you're so sweet and you're kind heart, you don't want to hurt people, but ultimately you have to make yourself happy. And another thing I was thinking when you were talking about how when you were growing up, you had no one to relate to and no one to talk to. And that's where I was thinking about the app of Be Out, and how people in that situation will have someone that they can share their story with and get some support from.
Absolutely, yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the only avenue that I had was Facebook, and that wasn't even because the people that I had on there that were gay, I always claimed I was straight, because I wasn't out myself then, but yeah, I think to myself, if there had been a platform like Be Out there, and if I would have had not get caught using it, because my mom would probably been like, what's this? But but it's just having a place that you could go and you could just, you could just feel like you weren't, for so long I felt like I was a freak, or I felt like I was broken, or that there was something really wrong with me.
You're right.
Because I spent years trying to pray it all away, and because they say, through Christ, all things are possible. Well,
right.
I never got an answer to any of those prayers.
Mm-hmm.
The feelings never went away. They just were always banging on the door and wanting to come in. So,
Andrew, how did you try to gain more knowledge about the LGBTQ community? Because obviously, you hadn't had any contact or been able to talk to anybody, but what were the steps that you took to arm yourself with knowledge and be able to, connect with other people in the community? Yes.
Well, I mean, I had actually going back to this fact of the matter that I was on Facebook. I mean, this is like 2008, 2009, 2010 era. And I had met several people on there that were openly gay, and I had a couple of them that were in Memphis who I made friends with, and I actually am still friends with today. And so in that sense, those were people that I looked up to, and I was like, if I could be like them someday and accept myself. And, but I always denied it to anyone. Like if they were to ask me or anything like that, that I was gay. But so it was just kind of through my own, through Facebook and the internet kind of.
Right. That's great. This is an important question because people just don't know where to start. They don't know who to reach out to. They don't know who to trust.
Right.
And you don't know whether, like for fear of like with Kim's situation, remember maybe you told me that you didn't know who knew your parents or who knew people in your church. So you had to keep that
Andrew,
under wraps.
I was out to some people, but I was in the closet to others. And I would almost have to deny my being a lesbian, and that feels horrible. It's sickening. It made me sick to my stomach. But I could truly be out with people, my friends or my gay friends, my lesbian friends or whatever. But I'd go home for Christmas, and I couldn't even talk about my life. So, it was bad. It was just a horrible feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Even in having a platform like Facebook, everyone's on Facebook. It's not, that's why in a sense of like a place like Be Out is so needed in this day and age. Because it gives people a place that they can solely go to, and they don't have to worry about all the hate and all the haters and all the just derogatory, people can be so cruel in this world. And,
they can.
And, they meet the people who are so young and let alone, fear of being bullied, but fear of just being able to accept themselves. They need a place where they can go and they can feel normal and they can feel like people are on their side.
That's right. Absolutely.
Right.
And that's what Be Out is going to do for a lot of people, we hope.
I know it will.
Yeah.
I know it will.
I foresee it just being a great thing for our whole community.
Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it's actually released, but nothing makes you more upset than to know when someone is outed and they're not ready to be.
That's what happened to me.
I know. That's exactly what happened to you, baby. Yes. Andrew, I wanted to also ask you if you had to tell someone who was looking for a way to comfort themselves about who they are and feel safe enough to come out, what steps would you suggest they take?
I would say for someone in this, in the 21st century, in 2016, who's at a point in their life where whether they be trans, whether they be bisexual or lesbian, whatever color of the rainbow they may be, I think one of the most important things, and this is for myself, is even if you're not able to tell someone that you are this, to find those people in life that would love you regardless. And because that's what those people that I found on Facebook, even though I, deny being gay, I knew that deep down that they would still love me and support me because, many of them were gay themselves. And so I think it's crucial to find those types of people in your life, whether they be online, whether they be in, if you live in a big city, where I grew up, there were no gay bars, there were no drag queens.
Right.
There was nothing. So it really depends on where you're at. So if you're in a secluded, if you're growing up like I did, I would say get on the internet.
Andrew, what would you love to leave our listeners with today?
So, to anyone that's listening, whether you be gay, bi, straight, whatever the color of the rainbow you are, or, it doesn't even have to be, I don't know, it's just whatever, of course this is an LGBTQ-centric podcast, but, there's all sorts of identity crises that people have.
Right.
Right.
Like, I hear, it's better, it's all these different things, and I see all these people who are happy and, have gone through their own struggles and gotten to where they are, but I just don't understand how I'm going to get there. And what I want to really let people know, those people who are living in those small little towns, or whether you're living in a big city, because it's, look, it can be really hard, no matter where you are, to come to grips with those things. To get to a better place in your life, to get to that time where you can look back on your life and you can feel like you have overcome things. You have to keep living your life, and that's something that I didn't realize at the time, that I had to just keep taking each day by day by day, and it's not easy. There's pain, there's loneliness, but I got through all of that, and I honestly believe that in your struggle you will find meaning, and in your perseverance you will find victory.
Awesome. That sounds great.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Andrew, for being on Same Sex Dialogue today and telling us that lovely story.
Absolutely.
We are
that was
honored.
Great.
We
that
are
was
honored.
Great.
Thank
that
you
was great.
so much.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored to have shared it with you all.
Hey, absolutely. Andrew, we want to tell you that Kim adores you. We're so glad that our paths crossed. Mm-hmm. I will definitely, both of us will do anything for you. You know it. Anything for you guys. We love.
I adore both of you.
And we're going to keep our listeners posted about the Be Out app when it is launched. Yeah. And we are so excited for everybody about that. Anybody involved, the LGBT community, we're so excited about that.
Exactly. And very honored.
Yep. And if people want to find out more about the app, they can find it. Well, just go to www.beout.lgbt.
Okay.
And our website has links to all of our social media accounts. It has product videos. It tells everything that you would need to know or want to know about what Be Out is and what it's going to do for our community.
Perfect.
That's awesome. Before we go, I would like to look at my beautiful, sexy, gorgeous wife and tell her, I love you, babe.
I love you more.
Well, that's a wrap for this amazing show. Now go on over to our website and download more like this one. And don't forget to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. We'll see you next time here on Same Sex Dialogue.